Good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here with you today. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join this discussion on leadership. When I first began exploring what makes a leader great, I realized it was never about the leader at all. It was always about the people they serve. Today, I want to share with you what I call the empowerment blueprint, a framework designed to help leaders build environments that not only achieve results, but also lift every individual on their team to their highest potential. Part 1, setting the stage. Let me start with a question. What does empowerment mean to you? Take a moment, close your eyes if you'd like, and picture the last time you felt truly empowered at work or in your life. What were you doing? Who was supporting you? How did it feel? Most of us will recall a time when someone entrusted us with responsibility, gave us the autonomy to act, and then stepped back to let us shine. That feeling of ownership, of confidence, of freedom to innovate, that is the heart of empowerment. Empowerment isn't a buzzword, it's a blueprint, a deliberate, structured approach to leadership. When we talk about blueprints, we imagine architectural plans, lines, and measurements that, when followed, result in a sturdy structure. Similarly, the empowerment blueprint comprises foundational principles and actionable steps that, when applied, create strong, resilient teams. Over the next hour or however long we have, I'm going to walk you through this blueprint in detail. The why, the what, and the how. We'll explore real-world stories, dive into research-backed principles, and end with practical exercises you can apply as soon as you walk out of this room. Part 2, the why empowerment matters. 1, engagement and ownership. First, consider engagement. Studies consistently show that when people feel empowered, they're more engaged, more committed, more creative, more willing to go the extra mile. Gallup reports that teams with high engagement outperform their peers by 20% in productivity and 20%. Empowerment isn't just feel-good leadership, it's strategic with measurable ROI. 2, adaptability in a fast-changing world. Second, think about the pace of change in today's world. Disruption isn't a once-in-a-while event, it's the new norm. When employees at every level are empowered to make decisions, experiment and learn, organizations can pivot faster and more effectively. Centralized, top-down decision-making simply can't keep up with rapid shifts. 3, talent retention and development. Third, empowerment fosters growth. When people have autonomy paired with support, they develop skills faster. That's why companies with empowerment cultures boast lower turnover rates. Employees stay when they see a clear path to development, a path they're actively shaping. 4, a culture of trust. Finally, empowerment builds trust. Delegating responsibility signals that you trust your people. Trusting people, in turn, deepens their trust in you. This trust becomes the bedrock of a healthy organizational culture where innovation, risk-taking, and authenticity flourish. Part 3, the what? Core principles of the empowerment blueprint. Let's break down the core principles that form the blueprint's foundation. Think of these as the pillars supporting your empowerment structure. Principle 1, clarity of purpose. Define why. Every empowered action must align with a clear, shared purpose. Remind your team regularly of the mission and their role in achieving it. Communicate consistently. Purpose can't be one and done. It requires storytelling, data, and repetition. Principle 2, psychological safety. Encourage vulnerability. Create spaces where admitting mistakes or asking questions is not just acceptable, but encouraged. Normalize failure. Celebrate intelligent risk-taking. When experiments fail, dissect them kindly and constructively. Principle 3, competence through development. Invest in skills. Provide training, coaching, and mentoring to build capabilities. Stretch assignments. Offer challenges that push people out of their comfort zones while ensuring support is available. Principle 4, autonomy with accountability. Delegate decision-making. Let individuals and teams make calls within defined boundaries. Establish guardrails. Set clear parameters around budget, scope, or ethics to prevent chaos. Principle 5, feedback loops. Frequent check-in. Move beyond annual reviews to ongoing conversations about progress, obstacles, and next steps. Peer-to-peer feedback. Empower teams to give each other real-time, constructive input. Principle 6, celebration of success. Recognize wins. Publicly acknowledge achievements, big and small. Share stories. Use successes as case studies to illustrate the power of empowerment. Part 4, the how, building the blueprint step by step. Now let's piece these principles together into an actionable blueprint. Imagine you're architecting a building, first the foundation, then the framework, and finally the finishing touches. Step 1, establish the foundation, define your why, host a vision workshop. Gather your leadership team to articulate the organization's purpose and translate it into tangible goals. Cascade the purpose. Ensure every department and individual understands how their daily work connects to the overarching mission. Step 2, lay the structural frame. Create psychological safety. Lead with vulnerability. Share your own challenges and mistakes. When leaders show humility, it gives others permission to do the same. Implement failure forum. Monthly gatherings where teams present learnings from projects that didn't go as planned. Step 3, build the beams, develop competence. Mentorship programs. Pair experienced leaders with aspiring ones. Learning path. Curate resources, online courses, books, peer circles for skill development. Step 4, install the walls. Delegate authority. For AC matrix. Clarify who's responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed for key decisions. Authority chart. Outline spending limits, hiring decisions, and project approvals at each level. Step 5, add the wiring. Create feedback loops. Weekly stand-up meetings, short, focused check-ins to surface roadblocks. 360-degree reviews, encourage holistic feedback from peers, direct reports, and managers. Step 6, hang the drywall. Celebrate and refine award ceremonies. Quarterly events highlighting empowerment successes. Part 5, stories from the field. Blueprints are only as good as their real-world application. Let me share a few stories of leaders who embraced empowerment and saw remarkable transformation. Story 1, the startup that scaled. At a 3-person tech startup, engineers were also customer support agents. Frustration was high. The CEO decided to reorganize. Each engineer was given full ownership of a product feature, including customer feedback. Within 6 months, release cycles halved, customer satisfaction improved by 30%, and the team grew from 3 to 20, all without a single hiring freeze. Story 2, the nonprofit turnaround. A mid-sized nonprofit supporting environmental causes struggled with burnout. The new executive director introduced empowerment circles, small teams that met weekly to co-create campaigns. By giving volunteers authority to design and lead events, engagement skyrocketed. Donations increased by 25%. Story 3, the classroom experiment. In a high school setting, a principal redistributed budget authority to teachers. Each department proposed its own curriculum initiatives and had autonomy over classroom resources. Test scores improved across the board, but more importantly, teacher morale soared. The school became a national model for innovative education. Part 6, overcoming common challenges. Even with a clear blueprint, roadblocks emerge. Let's address some of the most common challenge. 1, fear of losing control. Response, control is an illusion. By empowering others, you free yourself to focus on strategy and vision. Challenge 2, inconsistent leadership buy-in. Response, start small. Pilot the blueprint in one team, measure results, and use that success story to win over skeptics. Challenge 3, insufficient skill levels. Response, pair autonomy with targeted development. If someone isn't ready for full ownership, give them smaller projects to build confidence. Challenge 4, cultural resistance. Response, culture change takes time. Celebrate early adopters and share their stories widely to shift mindsets. Part 7, interactive exercise. Let's pause for a moment. Turn to the person next to you and discuss, what is one area in your organization where you could apply the empowerment blueprint today? Identify a small team or project. Outline one step you'll take in the next 48 hours. Commit to sharing your plan with a peer for accountability. Thank you. I know those conversations sparked ideas that you can act on immediately. Part 8, the ripple effect. Long-term impact. When empowerment takes root, it spreads far beyond immediate teams. Innovation ecosystems. Empowered teams become incubators of new ideas. Leadership pipelines. Today's empowered contributors become tomorrow's leaders. Organizational resilience. Distributed decision-making buffers the organization against shocks. Imagine a society where every leader in every domain, business, education, government, embraces the empowerment blueprint. The collective potential is staggering. As you return to your offices, classrooms, or communities, I challenge you to commit to one change. Pick a single principle from the blueprint to implement in the next week. Measure and track the impact. whether it's improved morale, faster decisions, or creative breakthroughs, and share the story. Build a coalition. Find fellow believers who will hold you accountable and help spread the approach. Leadership isn't a role, it's a responsibility to empower those around us to be their best selves. In closing, I want to remind you that empowerment is more than a leadership style, it's a gift. When you empower someone, you say, I see your potential, I trust, I believe in you. And that belief, more than any directive or process, is the spark that ignites progress. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the empowerment blueprint. I can't wait to hear about the amazing things you'll build when you put these principles into action. Go forth, empower bravely, and watch your teams and yourself soar. Thank you and have a wonderful day.